Welcome back to Caricarz.com, and in today's video, I'm going to give you a quick tour and review of not one but two Peugeot crossover SUVs. They are the Peugeot 388 and the Peugeot 588. So let's take a look and see what these two French crossover SUVs have to offer. Okay, first of all, both the 588 and 388 are actually twins. They share the same powertrain, same platform, but they sport various differences. However, you can't really see the differences up front because they look rather identical. And as you can see, they feature some very unique French styling, like just check out the all-LED headlights, plus the distinct LED DRL. Looks like a lion's fang. And you also got this very distinct and very posh-looking front grille design, plus check out the silver finish lower bumper garnish. Altogether, up front, both cars don't really look that cheap. They in fact look very premium and quite stylish if you ask me. Down the side, there are some similarities like the chrome mirror caps and chrome trim running down the doors. However, there are some slight differences. As you can see, the 588 is actually 5mm taller than the 388, and the 588 also has both a longer wheelbase and longer body. In fact, the body in the 588 is 160mm longer than it is in the 388. Also, at the rear quarter, the design difference is a lot more stark. Now, the biggest differences between the two cars lie in their rear fascias, whereby you can see the 388 features a sportier, more angular design, which bodes well with its very striking Peugeot French design themes, just as you see in the LED, which features 3 stripes. Apart from that, it's still a very rugged looking thing at the back here, just that it's a little bit sportier thanks to the angular look. Moving on to the 588, well, what can I say? It's a much more squared off design compared to the 388, but at least Peugeot have done enough here to make a square look very exciting, especially with the way the tail lights is quite similar to the 388, featuring the 3 stripes just like a lion's claw, and there's even very nice posh touches including this chrome garnish in the lower bumper. Okay, whilst we're still at the back, it's worth highlighting that both cars come equipped with a very nifty and convenient power tailgate feature, and in the case of the 388, this gives you access to a 591-litre boot space. Moving to the 588, because it's a 7-seater and longer body, the 588 offers even bigger boot space of 952 litres, provided the third row seats are down. Now we start on the inside in the 588 in its third row seats, and as you can see, though it does offer 2 more seats, this should only be used only when you really have to, or if you have really small children, because it's quite cramped and the floor is quite high, so comfort is a bit questionable here, but there are 2 seats extra nonetheless in this model. Okay, unlike the 388, the second row seats in the 588 actually offer the ability to slide forwards and back, as well as recline forward and back as well. And just to add to the comfort levels in the second row seats in the 588, it also comes with rear aircon vents with independent controls. And now we move to the forward part of the cabin, where the 388 and 588 are again identical. The only difference here being the 588 is actually 5mm wider. However, in general, they look just the same because they use the same Peugeot iCockpit design concept. It features a fully digital instrument panel, plus a rather sporty but small steering wheel, aviation-inspired switchgear, as well as luxurious touches like full leather seats, leather upholstery in the steering wheel and doors with a little bit of fabric, not forgetting shiny aluminium and piano black finishing. Apart from that, key tech features include keyless entry and ignition, wireless smartphone charging pad, as well as both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity in the infotainment touchscreen unit. Now, similarities continue under the hood. As you can see, both the 388 and 588 use the same powertrain. It consists of a 1.6-litre THP 4-cylinder turbo and 6-speed automatic. The former generates 165 brake horsepower and 240 Newton meters, and it drives the front wheels through the latter. 0 to 100 takes 8.9 seconds in both, whereas fuel economy, according to Peugeot, averages at about 7 litres per 100 km. And now we move on to driving impressions, where the similarities continue yet again. Yes, both the 388 and 588 share very similar driving personalities. In fact, they drive quite well as expected of any Continental badge cars. The ride is soft, supple, with just enough pliance for comfort. The steering is nicely weighted and offers decent feedback. Acceleration and speed is also pretty good. However, I will note that the 588 with its longer and heavier body does feel just a little bit slower. Apart from that, But, you know, as expected of any Continental badge car, noise, vibration and harshness suppression levels are pretty good, and it adds to the comfort of being in this car over long periods or long distances. I do have several complaints, one of which being the absence of autonomous emergency braking, forward collision warning and perhaps adaptive cruise control. I say that only because the car already has some level of assistance through the presence of blind spot info and warning, as well as lane departure warning and lane keep assist. Otherwise, the only other thing I have to complain about is this touchscreen infotainment unit's reverse camera. The resolution is rather poor for the price, and I think this is one of the things that Peugeot should seriously consider updating in the near future. And there you have it, folks, a quick tour and review of the Peugeot 3008 and its 588 Twin, which are now on sale at 169,388 ringgit in the 3008 and 185,388 ringgit for the 588. Both prices include a 5-year 100,000 km warranty package. What do you think of both? Which would be your choice? Hit the comments below with your thoughts. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Safe, more safe.
Caricarz.